I felt bad. I said, yes, but we chose you. You were special. You were the pick of the litter. You're our gift. And he said, well, what about my father? I don't look like you. What about my father? And I said, your father was a dog. That's all you need to know. I have just a few questions for you. The questions out there in the universe, sometimes it's so confusing. What kind of car does Paul McCartney drive?
A Rolls.
Do deaf people have phone sets? I guess everybody's deaf.
They don't want to admit it.
No, that's what it is. Because I know a lot of people in here are hard of hearing because I grew up in the same era as you did. If an albino is born out of wedlock, is he an alabaster? That one goes. And if I'm dating an Italian guy, somebody will know the answer to this. If I'm dating an Italian guy and we get intimate and he doesn't call me, what does that make him? Ow. It makes him a guinea pig. I got a coupon in the mail for $10 off dinner at Red Lobster. And it said, $10 off dinner with you and your spouse. So after dinner, I gave the waitress the coupon, and she wouldn't accept it. And I took it back from her, and I looked at it, and I really didn't see anything on the coupon that said there was going to be a problem that my husband was in an urn. Picky, picky. My husband has been gone now for, it's about 4 years. He's gone on to greener pastures. He's in Kansas. And he wasn't even out of the driveway, and my friends are fixing me up on dates. So first they fixed me up with a mortician, and he bored me to death. They fixed me up with a psychiatrist, and that just got crazy. Then they fixed me up with this guy who was a, can I say douchebag again? You guys love that word, I know. That's our term of endearment, that's correct. This guy takes me to a casino, and he says, here baby, here's $20. Do whatever you want with it. Oh. So I called a cab.
Oh.
Then my friends fixed me up with an audiologist, and the irony behind that is that I'm deaf in my left ear. So this guy was a jerk. He purposely sits on my left side, and he's whispering what was obviously sweet nothings in my ear. And I said, I can't understand what you're saying. And he said, well, that's not because you're deaf, that's because you're stupid.
Oh!
Well, I taught him some sign language that I learned growing up in Cliffside Park. I decided to go to a dating service and see maybe I'd have better luck. And I put my picture up there and a little information. I lied like everybody else does. And this guy writes to me and he says, you're adorable. What do you like? No, what do I like? Well, I write back. I like sitting on the water, having some wine, listening to some soft jazz or blues, some stimulating conversation. What do you like? And he writes back, I love kittens and puppies and clouds and cuddling and holding hands and walking on the beach and rainbows. Cheap? Gay. The next guy writes to me and says, I know you like dogs. I see, that you like dogs. And I said, well, yeah, I do. I love dogs. He said, well, I have a a German Shepherd in my house. He's a service dog. And I said, oh, well, why does somebody in your family who needs a service dog? He says, I do. It's for depression. Crossed him off. Before I forget, any old crazy cat ladies here? Crazy old cat lady? I'm going to save your life right now. Melanie. You know when your cat is going like this? You know what he's doing? He's tenderizing you. He's tenderizing you. I asked this guy about romance. We were writing back and forth, and he said to me, what do you think is a romantic first date? And I said, well, sitting on the water, having some wine, some jazz, some conversation. What do you think is a romantic first date? And he wrote back, in all capital letters, taking you for a walk alone in the forest. And yeah, I'm not stupid. I'm going. But I'm bringing breadcrumbs. I don't go out much. I don't date much. Usually just my trash and my back go out. And I will tell you, I am looking to date again. And I only have 4 requirements. His income has to be at least as high as my cholesterol. No children. Dead parents. I'm sorry, at this age, I don't think that's really too much of a concern for me. And the only other requirement I have is that he's terminally ill. You know, with my luck, I'll marry the guy that'll find a cure, right? I am going to get ready to close, but I want to tell you that, you know, living in Cliffside Park, we learned from our parents, we learned responsibility and stick-to-itiveness. I have had the same job for 40 years. 40 years. I'm a stripper. What are you laughing at? The first 20 years were amazing. The first 20 years, the phone's ringing off the hook. I'm doing roasts. I'm jumping out of cakes at bachelor parties. I'm swinging my 36Cs. The last 20 years, not so much. The last 20 years, most of the phone calls I get are from retirement communities. And they're asking me to carefully step out of prune Danish while I'm swinging my 36 longs. That's my time. I love you guys. Thank you so much.